Hey everybody, how are you doing today?
Hey Christian.
Hi Christian.
You're good?
Hello.
We're live. Let's check like we always do. Are we live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X? Let's check and give it a few minutes. So remember to ask questions, comment where you're from. Let's check here now.
Instagram is live.
Instagram, awesome. Let's see, X, we're live on Twitter as well. JL, you should have a prize for always be the first. it's like you've been sitting for 2 weeks waiting. It's good, thanks. Very cool, very cool.
You say.
Hello.
And you see, he already knows. JL,
Yeah, you know
your next question.
where you're from. Type it. You know, it's always like this. Okay, feel free to type in what's going on right now in your life. Are you trading today? Are you still planning to short or go long on Bitcoin? Do you believe it will hit 100K? We can ask the community. We just had a little chat about it before we went live.
Whose granny has told them about Bitcoin?
Yeah, who is it? It's not financial advice. Let's say like. But
The old granny indicator never loses.
I still plan to short it.
Yeah. The granny indicator is ultimate hype.
Wow, that would be a good one, right? What a bot to make. The granny bot. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Ask questions now. So in a couple of minutes, we will start answering them all. Remember to share. As more questions you ask, yes, if you definitely ask the questions, there will be a chance at the end of this AMA to maybe win something. But let's see at the end.
Yeah, I think JL is already giving you kind of the first talking point here.
Yeah.
How much you want to share is obviously up to you, but maybe you want to share a little bit where we are at with the plans of adding a futures prop to our suite of products and what the plans for that are.
Yes, who want to take that? Petrus, Gary, where are we regarding futures? Are we getting close to Petrus?
Okay, I can partially answer that or maybe fully. It's up to you. So basically, we signed the contract with a vendor that we're going to cooperate. We have an ETA this year, obviously, right? A couple of weeks. Of course, we need to clean up some legal things and technical things in order to be ready to support the flow, which, by the way, as far as I saw, the waiting list keeps growing, right, Christian? So Absolutely. We have a lot of demand. In terms of pricing, more or less we have a framework. It's obviously benchmark close to the market range, but I will keep the question marks a little bit longer, and I cannot reveal prices in this call, but it's has been already agreed, and we are in the last turn.
So helps. For those of you who are not on our waiting list right now, go to FunderProFutures.com, sign up. It's our waiting list, and when you come to the thank you page, join our Telegram group. Inside this Telegram, and if you're on the list, we will notify you as one of the firsts. And this Telegram group is, it's growing as well. So it's good. Remember to join this one. FunderPro Futures, you can see it in the chat now.com. Okay. Let's find the next one. So in the meantime, please comment. So how is it going with your challenge at the moment? By the way, I talked with another trader this week. He said that, if I'm not wrong, he made around 45K so far. And I asked him, so how many payouts did you take? And he said 35 payouts. Wow. 35 payouts. And again, remember, we've been talking about small wins will add up.
Yeah.
And this is a good one, man. So he got a goal. He said, I'm trying to take $1,000 a day. Even 500, will be very good. So 35 payouts.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic. It's crazy. Okay, what else can we find? Good questions. Funny.
So we have Anna's saying he's thinking about buying a 50K challenge, but he has some doubts. Maybe you could share with us what those doubts are, and we can address them for you.
Yes, that's a good one. There was this one.
Exactly. Yeah, I
Feel free
mean,
to type in.
if you see a question in the meantime, of course, we can take that, and then maybe Anas will get back to us.
Yeah. So let's just answer this also. This is a good one. I know that most of you futures trader, you would like to trade, you use NinjaTrader, Trader8. So what's the situation with platforms in the beginning? Peters, can you remember that? How many different platforms do we have? We have a lot.
We can.
Okay.
How many different platforms? So we have
3, 4,
two, 3. I mean, including futures or excluding?
Futures. Let's just say futures in this situation here. So basically, we will launch with a lot of different options, and we know you want NinjaTrader and Trader8, and of course we're talking with them, and it will come very soon. But the first day we will launch, you will have to use one of the other platforms.
Yeah, most probably we will have 3 on the first day. So technically, there are 2 versions on the web and 1 for a desktop. So if anybody wants to trade, for example, from his mobile or from his desktop, and obviously we already have in the pipeline, team can confirm that, the big names which require a little bit more time in terms of integration.
So
yes, Mark, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think the main thing is kind of speed to market, and so I guess some of these bigger guys, Ninja, Trader8, they're just kind of, it's a little bit slower to get the contracts prepared and get everything in place. So our goal in just launching as soon as we can means that obviously we're starting with platforms that are kind of more accessible and more ready to go. So the goal is over time to obviously have a wide offering, but in the beginning, it's going to be the kind of more direct package that we can get.
But let's ask, what is the most important when you choose a prop that is offering futures? Type in what's the most important thing. Is it pricing? Is it the right platform? Feel free to type in the comment field here. Let's see. Or maybe all of you're just trading Forex and not futures. Who knows? Okay, let's see. Let's see, 100K account. Okay, maybe we can ask people about this here. Somebody, I think, said you bought a 100K account, but you have had some bad days, and the consistency rule is very high, and I'm near from first target. Any advice? Okay, my advice would be, I mean, don't think about the money, think about the process step by step. Remember what was it, a few weeks ago, we had a guest on. He was, what was it, $20, $30 away from losing his account, and he managed to trade it back. It's unbelievable. So go slow, stick to your plan, and step by step you'll get back. Okay, somebody's asking about this. With other futures prop, you can get a 50K account for about $50 a month. Yes, this is correct. I have seen that in the market as well. So if you want to know what we will offer, then don't forget to sign up on our waiting list and join our Telegram here, FunderProFutures.com. Then you'll be one of the first we will notify how we plan to do it. Okay, let's see. Let's just talk about this here. What's the reason why our profit target is a little higher than maybe people see in the industry? Let's highlight some of the benefits by choosing FunderPro. Gary, what do you think?
Yeah.
You've made many videos about it, so that's why I asked you.
I love this question. Yeah, look, I guess, okay, there's quite a few layers to this. You know, the reason why it's not fully in line with the rest of the industry is because what we offer isn't in line with the rest of the industry. What we're offering is real funding. So that's actual capital going out to the market as you trade. So effectively, as you make a profit on the market, FunderPro is making a profit off of the market too. And we're doing a share of that. And so at the end of the day, that then means that we need to have a stricter criteria on our challenges to make sure that the people who are trading on those trading accounts are more verified as traders. So yeah, that's kind of the main reason. You know, and there's kind of a couple of other things that come around with that too. At the end of the day, you know, the reason a lot of people are using prop challenges is also a way of actually, you know, challenging themselves, working within rules, and actually improving to become a better trader. Obviously, it's fantastic to have access. It's great to have access to large amounts of funding, but also it is actually a good framework to say, okay, well, look, I need to manage my risk so that I don't end up drawing down on that account. Because imagine a scenario where you're actually now trading your own capital. If you're actually trading within those bounds and only hitting a 5% or a 10% drawdown, rather than extremely over leveraging yourself and wiping out that account, which I know a lot of people do on their own live accounts, that it's good training for even when you're being on your own live account. Then another Robert as well is pointing out the consistency rule. You know, it's the same thing. It's managing taking profit and managing not over leveraging your account, because obviously, you know, if you're on a winning run, you know, unfortunately what we see very often is people, you know, get overconfident and then the market eats up their profit. And so by having a consistency rule, first, it helps us in the challenge phase, you know, verify that people are actually making more consistent trades and are able to have a tight control on that account. But if you're able to also take that mindset into your live funded account, the goal of consistency is making profit and solidifying it. Just make profit, solidify it, don't over leverage, don't let the market eat your gains. And Christian, you can probably tell us about that market eating your gains.
Oh yeah. Get that on that.
Yeah, and I think, and that's the thing with every trader, and I'm sure everybody can attest to that. You know, you've had a fantastic day, you're on a roll, you keep going, you go beyond your rules. So people have rules like I only trade X number of trades a day, or I only trade within these times, or I only trade when a certain thing's happening, and everything is going great, and then they break the rules. You know, you break your own rules, and then all of a sudden, you know, that $4,000 profit that you had today is now 500, or now it's a 500 loss, which is even worse.
Yeah, and that's the moment you're on the way to lose the account, because suddenly,
yeah, because then you spiral. Yeah.
Somebody is asking here, I want to start the journey with FunderPro. Shall I wait for Black Friday for special discounts? It is very funny. Everybody wants discounts, but look, I just have to say it, and I'm going to say it in a good way. If you're such a good trader, you will anyway get your registration fee back, right? And I think we should always remember this. And with FunderPro, what you should have in mind is that the moment you pass, is you can get your registration fee back and your payout after one trade. So it's a no-brainer, right? But I will not answer this question, but I'll just say follow us on social media. Probably that would be something.
And somebody's suggesting a 40% discount. I I'm not aware of what we're doing, but I really hope it's not 40%.
Are we talking about
No, we're
the
not.
rule? Yeah, but it is funny, right? The whole industry. You'll probably also notice on social media, too high coupon codes can normally be a red flag. You should all be aware of it.
Yes.
You're probably trading with a lot of companies, and the ones that are very consistent. I mean, we all want to be with a firm, so you are secure to get your payout, and so you shouldn't look at trading and create a trading journey where it's all about coupons. You should focus on your process and your strategy, and then make sure you can pass. You'll get your registration fee back and get some profit, like the guy who made 45K and took 35 payouts.
Exactly. And that's the thing, isn't it? Because it's if you think about it, you know, the goal of a funded account is you take the challenge, you prove your way through, you get your refund, and then as long as you remain consistent and you don't go into heavy drawdowns and lose the account, you can stay funded forever. And so the focus should always be, you know, don't think about the challenge phase. Focus on actually staying profitable and being safe and consistent in your live funded account. Because if you can stay there for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and just make small bits of profit every day, you know, you will be much better off than going on the roller coaster of buying a bunch of challenges, going crazy, passing a few, over leveraging on the funded account, and then making a bit of profit and hoping that you're going to actually make more than what you paid in challenges. Look, there's a lot of people who make money doing that, but at the end of the day, you know, it's just a cycle of a lot of waste in between, and it's a lot of wasted energy on the trader's behalf. If you can actually focus on staying in that funded account for a long period of time, the amount of extra money that you can make not having to pass evaluations
and if you
be
find
a whole lot more.
And if you find it's difficult to keep the account, so one thing you could do is that be clear about your risk management and your plan and how much you risk each trade. But let's say you have a plan, you want to risk 1% on a 100K account, then buy a 200K account and act as if it was 100K regarding your risk management. So basically, the drawdown you will feel it's the double size, and it will keep you longer in the market. We see that from some traders that keep the account for a long time. They lower the lot size, the risk. So it's a very good way to do it like this. It's one way. Okay, let's find another good question here. Now, I think, what else? Somebody here. Yes, thanks to you. Okay, let's take the other one. There was this one here I was thinking about. Okay, this one. That's a good question. Let's ask the community. What do you guys think? Tony should do here. What % of our account should we use per trade?
So I think what would be a good question, what % do you think, and what % do you think I would tell you?
Okay, let's do that. So please type in how many % per trade. Are we talking 0.5%, 1%, 0.25, and then scaled it? Someone saying, please comment here. You can be live on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. So just feel free to comment. How much do you risk per trade? And is your strategy different from a challenge to the moment where you're funded? Do you risk the same amount, or do you like, okay, 1%, 0.5%? So Gary, what do you think? How much would be? Would you go?
I think Robert's answer is going to be a lot closer to what Gary is about to say here.
Yeah. I like Robert's answer. You know, I was talking to a trader a couple of weeks ago over dinner, and his approach I actually really liked. So I guess regardless of percentages and kind of the way of looking at it, you know, I do think that, yeah, like that 0.5 to 1, you know, and again, I suppose it's like, okay, we're talking about per trade, but also, you know, the one thing that's kind of a tricky one as well is, see a lot of people doing 0.5 or 1% on a trade, but then having 5 or 10 trades of gold open at the same time, you know? And so if you've got 10 trades open at 1%, you've got 10% exposure.
Yeah.
So, you know, which can obviously creep up in you quite quick. So I think, you know, okay, having that 0.5 to 1, you know, exposure, at the end of the day, you're dealing with leveraged accounts where you could be up at 1 to 100. So a 1% move hits the market 10, you know, 100%, you know, or hits your account 100%. You've only got 5% daily drawdown, and so, you know, you can very, very quickly wipe out that account. If you're going very high on leverage. But look, I think the strategy which I really liked from this trader was, he said he trades his 100 and 200k account like a 25k or 50k.
Yeah.
So effectively, he's doing his percentages on what he would be placing on a small account. It gives him then a lot more bandwidth, and I think psychologically, because you know, I guess at the end of the day, we're all here for the reward, and the reward of actually, you know, making money on the market. And when you look at things as a percentage on the account, you know, 1% might look small on a 200k account in terms of the amount of exposure that you're placing, but you know, it is a very considerable amount of money that you're placing on the market if you're at 100 to 1 leverage. And so, that being the case, you know, figuring out ways in your mentality to, again, just focus on making those small wins through, and pairing that percentage back to that 0.5 or 1. You know, again, of course, there is no ideal. I guess it depends where the market is at, what the volatility is like at any point in time as well. You know, what's safe to be placing. But yeah, Christian, what's your analysis?
But look, I like the idea about get a big account, but act as if it was a small one. I think it's very clever because you will run into a period where you will just lose, and you've been losing for 5 days, and tomorrow you believe that it's a winner, and you keep losing. And mentally, it's very, very hard. So to be able to still keep the account there, I will probably buy 100, 200k, and I will act as half size, let's say a 50k account, something like this. And I will find out what is the number in my head also regarding how much do I believe I want to go for $200, $300, $400 in profit, because I have noticed that I make stupid mistakes the moment the money, if it's too small money. And I don't take it serious, right? It's like, hey, yeah, it's going up, it's going down. But at the other hand, it can also damage you if it's too big. So find out with yourself, what's your number that you would be happy with. And I think 200 or 300 a day, that's a lot of money in a month, more than many people make in a month going to a job. So like we had one of our guests here comment a little bit earlier, $500 a day is 10k a month. Imagine.
You know, and 10k a month is 120k a year.
It's very
and
good.
I was doing a little bit of Googling there, and I was looking at just kind of what's the average salary, and we're looking at the average salary in Europe, across the whole of Europe, is about 35k a year. We're looking at the average salary in the US being around that 40k. And then I guess throughout the rest of the world, obviously it varies a bit, but you know, there's obviously some countries a little bit higher, some countries a bit lower. But you know, you could be 4 times the average salary by taking 500 a day. 500 a day on a 200K account is 0.25 if my maths treats me well. So 0.25 gain.
That'd be very smart.
Which again, minuscule number. But then
so
now imagine you're doing your risk to reward of 1 to 2. Now you're doing a 0.125%.
Yes. Imagine how many trades you could lose and still have the account. So it's very good. Okay, this one also here, it's a question we get many times, but let's just answer it again. The main reason why news is restricted. We see a funny behavior, right, with people. Who want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, look, I think it goes back to, I suppose, to go on the question that I had answered earlier as well, where saying, okay, 0.5 to 1, but it depends on what the market is doing. If you're talking about a very volatile market, like what happens when you're going through news, the amount of risk that you're taking obviously just greatly increases. And so, yeah, look, our stance around news is it's a market volatility. It's known for it. People want to trade news because of the volatility. And so, if you're riding into the NFP, the evaluation given beforehand, is just a guess. You don't know until it happens. So,
the other day I saw
somebody mentioned there, news equals gambling, and I think that's a pretty good summary.
The other day I saw a video. I can't remember on which platform, but there was this trader. He was standing in front of a big audience. He wanted to teach them about trading news, and they were counting down 3, 2, 1, and they were long on one position, and the same second the market dropped, and everybody was quiet. It is absolutely gambling. It was a funny video, and everybody was like, "Oh, what happened?" And they lost their account. So it's not trading at the end of the day. You can have a lot of winning days. You can make a lot of profit, but normally you will lose this amount again. So let's find another good question. Future soon. Somebody, yes, we have talked a little about it. It's coming. Go to FunderProFutures.com. Join our waiting list and our Telegram.
Is anybody willing to hazard a guess, or am I poking the bear?
Us or chat?
I'm asking.
I think we are.
So I know we've got a solid plan. We've got a vendor. We've got the process started. I guess we've got a provisional timeline, but everybody knows, obviously, you start a project, things usually take a little bit longer than you'd expect or hope them to. But I guess what I would say is we're not talking about 3 months' time. We would be talking sooner. I think we can definitely say that. Now, obviously, this again is the version that again, obviously, we'll be looking to extend and grow on it over time, getting NinjaTrade or Tradeovate over time as well, because obviously they're a slower thing to get. But yeah, I don't think I'm putting it in any hot water by saying those comments.
No, I think it's very. I mean, I had a chat with another colleague here before about it, and I asked the same question. So when should we, regarding our social media stuff we want to share, and there's a high chance we'll be ready just before Christmas. But the question is, should we launch before Christmas? How many of you are trading during Christmas? Maybe it will be better to say, okay, it's coming, test, and then we will launch in the beginning of New Year, 1st or 2nd week of January. But let's see. But let me ask the community here now, how many of you are trading during Christmas? Or are you just sitting there home eating and drinking like crazy? Or what's going on? Okay, are you trading? Yes or no in Christmas? Let's see now. No. Yes. Let's see. So no Xmas, no Xmas trading.
Yeah.
Market flat. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So no, not trading, not trading. Then you'll be trading crypto, maybe. So that's the thing. But that's the main reason why you should join our waiting lists, because you'll get notified first. FunderProFutures.com. Go there, sign up. It's free. Holiday, family time. Yes, that's right. So
I think this is a good question here, Tim, and maybe one to clear up.
get another question.
So quite a technical question.
Say, for example, I am 4% or $6,000 in drawdown on a 150K account. I trade today and make 6%, which is above the 45 15K profits. Okay, let me see with the follow-up.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, if
Related
I'm in
to the question.
drawdown, does the consistency? I think what I'm gathering from this is the consistency rule, because they're talking about the 45%.
Yes.
Does it affect their consistency rule if they're in drawdown and then they pull themselves out of drawdown?
We have a very good video, by the way. Maybe somebody from the team can share it here in the chat as well.
Right. So, to answer the question, the consistency rule also takes into account a high profit day that you had while in drawdown. You know, of course, we've heard the argument before that it would make sense that you only count days that get you into profit above your starting balance, because the rest was kind of clawing your way back to the starting balance. But we also want to avoid the scenario where once you're in drawdown, you're kind of incentivized to take big risky trades, trying to get it back in one day. You know, even if you're a solid, consistent trader, you'll have periods where just a couple of trades in a row go against you. You're in drawdown. And even in those periods, especially then, we love to see consistency. We like people sticking to their plans and getting out of that slump. So if you have a high profit day while in drawdown, that still counts, just as any profitable trade or profitable day would towards the consistency rule. So
the good thing is that
applies the same way.
You know what? Some people might say, "Oh, why is like this and why is like that?" But at the end of the day, it's a very good thing, because you're pushed to not be too aggressive in the market. And normally, I mean, you will win in the long term if you do it like this. So it's actually
if you have a strategy, like you're always going to take some hits at some point. But if you have a strategy, your plan, you want to, unless you have a good reason to change it, you want to stick to your plan and be confident in your plan and just keep executing instead of taking bigger positions or risky trades to try and make it back.
Yeah, like to think of, think of the scenario, I guess, similarly, once you then get funded, the whole goal, again, as I was saying earlier, rules like consistency rule is, one, to confirm in an evaluation, but two is actually to try and guide in terms of the ways we hope traders would trade in terms of their consistency and reliability. And somebody who's taking massive risks while they're in drawdown just does have a much higher chance of actually killing the account and losing more money on that day. And so, that being the case, the goal of having that consistency, even applying into the drawdown, gives the scenario of, look, we just want you to make slow, steady profit. Yes, you can go into drawdown if you can safely pull yourself out. And, realistically, what you should be hoping for is actually much lower risk to be taken while you're in drawdown, because you're much closer to the actual overall drawdown. So you want to actually be taking lower risk, not bigger risk, while you're in drawdown.
So your consistency rule is all about how much profit. But of course, we have a limit regarding how big your lot size can be, and let's say your strategy. Don't trade the news. So if it's your plan to go full speed during the news, then that's not the best. Okay. Let's find another good question. So, and also, by the way, you can find FunderPro Futures on Instagram. We just opened a profile. There's nothing on it at the moment, but soon we will publish and post a lot. It's in our pipeline. So, but feel free to follow us and find us as well. So somebody's asking, any demo accounts for FunderPro for practicing? We used to have that, but for some reason, many traders didn't use it very good. Actually, it just created a weird gambling trading style. So we decided to remove it. But we have a 5K challenge, and I will say, look at the pricing. If it's okay for you, I will look at it as an account you could maybe use for to test your strategy. And I'll also say another thing. It's very on many communities, inside many communities, people are asking, if I'm starting out trading, should I start trading on a demo account or should I start trading with real money? Many different opinions. I will just say whatever you choose, to be profitable on a demo account without having your own capital invested, no matter if it's a challenge or you have deposited, it is not the same. You need to have skin in the game. So you could be very good trader in a demo environment, but then suddenly you buy a challenge and you will fail. And it's because it's a mindset thing at this moment. So that's why I will say all those demo accounts we see all over the internet now, be careful. It's better to buy just the cheapest challenge you can afford, and then try to practice and see how your mind will react, because you will be surprised.
Yeah. And I think just in case, I suppose people aren't aware, and to build on what Christian is saying, a demo account, when it's doing the price feed, they tend to be instant execution. So if you put on 50 lots of gold, you would have 0 slippage. And then you close the trade instantly, 0 slippage. That obviously is not a real world scenario. And so when you then come to your actual account, so let's just say you were practicing on a demo account for 3 months and you feel like you've got yourself in a pretty good scenario, things are working well, you know, your strategy is working out. All of a sudden, then you go onto your live account and then your performance drops. Quite often that performance dropping is going to be just because of just the real market conditions. And, you know, you're trading maybe at higher volatile times, your access to liquidity is just a whole lot lower and you get slippage. So there are a lot of factors to take into account that don't show themselves on a demo account, but I guess when you're in a challenge or when you're trading on a broker on the actual market, those conditions then will be slightly different. And, you know, just those slight differences can actually, you know, take the edge off your trading.
I think also what he means in this situation, a demo account for him is a trial. When you sign up for a challenge with FunderPro, you will get a demo environment before we put you into the real live market if you pass the challenge. Okay, what else can we find here? Ask your questions, feel free to ask. Maybe type in, it could be funny to see at this moment, where are you guys from now? And somebody asking, we got the same question last time.
So we have a person asking, how can I get a $2 million account for FunderPro? They're confident that they can make 10% profit per, I guess, I don't know how, month maybe. If you can make 10% profit a month, you can scale your account the whole way up to 5 million. The thing is, it's incredibly difficult to maintain 10% per month consecutively, month after month after month. If you can do it, you can scale the whole way from a 200K account the whole way up to 5 million. But somebody coming in straight out of the gate with no previous track record, 2 million and a 10% drawdown, 10% of 2 million is 200 grand. that's not a risk that we're ready to take at this stage. So yeah, you scale the account, you get the max allocation of 500k, but yeah, we're capped at 200k as our maximum starting balance.
This is also a good one. It's some good questions to have. What happens if a trader, are losing more than, let's say, one funded account? If your trading style, we have a team analyzing this, but if your trading style is gambling or has nothing to do with trading, and you're going crazy about this, then I'm pretty sure our team will contact you and have a chat with you about what's going on. And then we will look into the specific case, right?
Yeah, and I know, even I suppose as people are going through challenges from time to time, we do drop them a message to let them know, look, the aggressiveness of the trading on this account is a little bit high.
I think we have to remember, Gary,
Yeah,
I think we have to remember that it's real money when we are with you guys, right?
Exactly.
So when you lose your 200k, and you have a max 10% drawdown, overall drawdown, that's 20k. That means we took that risk, we lose 20k. We want you to win. So if we see people are coming in and trading like crazy, like they're in a casino, it's in our all's interest that we will go on a call with you and ask you, so what's going on, right? And I think this is a very good opportunity to say that we are really with you, so we don't want you to lose that account. So please, trade safe, right? If you can say it like this. I've been on a call with a guy, he was not aware of it, and he was like, oh, this happened, that was news. And I said, you just cost me 10,000. And he was like, what? Yeah, you're in the real life market, just cost me 10,000. And he lost a 100k account like this. And many people ask, wow, I didn't understand that. So please trade safe.
Yep.
Okay, what else can we find? Let's talk about our max capital. It's also a question.
Yeah. So again, can you trade 2 funded accounts simultaneously at 200k? Nope is the short answer. Again, maximum allocation is 200k. So if you had 2 100k accounts, or 150 and 50, or 4 500s, you can trade multiple accounts, but at any point in time, max allocation is 200k.
Okay. Very soon we will, we probably have a little giveaway today, and it's probably also related to this one. It's funny. Let me just ask all of you: you're after Black Friday deals. Are you buying more challenges here in November all over the industry because of Black Friday? Try to type in yes, no, yes. And what is the most important when you buy an account? Is it pricing, or is it not how fast you can get your payout and stuff like this? Okay, another question also before we'll do a giveaway. How many accounts do you on average buy in 1 month? Put in the number. Is it 2 accounts? Is it 10 accounts? And now we're talking Forex. Forex and not futures. Let's talk Forex. How many accounts do you average buy in a month? Is it 1 to 2? 1, to be honest. 2. Okay. Okay, cool. And what about if we talk about futures? Because it's another thing, right? We see people in the futures market having 20 accounts because related to their strategy. How many futures accounts would you normally buy, let's say, over 1 month, or try to trade at the same time? Please type in. We talk about futures. How many accounts would you buy in 1 month? 0, you're Forex traders. No futures right now. 1 futures, 2 JL, 2 to 4, 1 to 2 accounts. Okay. Only Forex. That's cool. Look, I know that Alex has prepared a giveaway. The big question today is that what should we give away? What do you guys think we should give away today?
Well, I picked last time, so I think it's fair if you pick this time.
Yeah, Christian, you're always shifting the responsibility away.
1 5K. No, okay, they're gonna be mad. I think we should give 2 10K accounts, and then people can decide what type of account they want. But let's do 2 10K accounts. And whenever Alex, you're ready, you can just share the wheel. And in the meantime, let's find another question here.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'm feeling generous today, so let me just throw that in as a comment. Let's see who wants to use that.
Wow, did you see that in the chat? Pay attention to the chat now. That's a good one. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Someone's saying. Great. Okay.
Looking great, Tim.
So look, guys, here we have now the wheel, and we're giving away 2 10K. So Alex, just to spin the wheel, and let's see who will be the first winner. And don't forget, the winner, reach out to us, text us inside Discord, or reach out. Okay, maybe I don't know who can pronounce this. Congratulations, it's good. You definitely won 1 10K. Let's spin it again. Perfect. The second winner will be Top G. This is Dasus G. Okay, congratulations. 2 winners. Perfect. Oh,
Nice.
Oh, we got another one there. Any questions here now?
So I guess, Tim, have you anything exciting on the product front for us?
Anything exciting on the product front? Apart from futures, you're asking a lot here. No, I think all
That's
efforts
a big
pretty
one.
much in that area for the next at least 2 or 3 weeks, and then we'll shift focus into like some smaller and middle-sized initiatives again.
Yeah, well, maybe it might be good to go over what we've done over the last few weeks, because I know last week in particular there was a massive push of new features. So obviously, upgrade.
Yeah, something.
What else we got?
We haven't talked about so much before yet, but it's quite interesting. We've launched a feature that we call Challenge Upgrade, and that allows you, if you're trading on a 5K or 10K account of any two-phase product, so it's not available in the fast track, but on the other 2 challenge types. If you're trading on this 5 or 10K account and you're doing well, we'll give you the option to upgrade to a higher account size. For if you're on a 5K account, you could upgrade to a 10 or 25K account and carry over the profit that you have. So if you're up 2% profit on the 5K account, you could pay the price of the 25K account at a discount, continue trading on that account with 2% profit that you already achieved on the 5K account. So also what we talked about earlier, you know, if you're kind of new to prop trading, or maybe this is your first time kind of more getting into the real markets or with real funds anyway, it could be a good way for you to try it out on a 5 or 10K account. And then if you're performing well, if your strategy is working out for you, then choose to upgrade yourself to that 10 or 25K account. So that's a feature we're currently testing. I think it's been out and available maybe just 7 or 10 days. So still quite fresh. And we're quite curious to see how that goes and how people like it.
I think we
then
should
one
also,
other item.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, before I move on, you go ahead.
I just want to mention that the FunderPro TV, remember we're live 3 times a week now, so shout out to the whole stream team. If you're a very good streamer, it could be you one day that will be invited, maybe as a guest, maybe as a streamer, so subscribe to YouTube for sure. Tim, back to you.
Yeah. The other big thing we talked about already plenty of times, and I think Alex sent a few emails about it. We shared it on Instagram as well. But we have a new range of, let's call them trading tools or educational tools. We grouped under what is called the FunderPro Lab in the customer portal. So essentially, there's 3 different areas. One is the one most people will be familiar with. That's the economic calendar, just giving you an overview of all the different news events. They don't always correlate to the events we consider restricted, so they're grouped by a different provider, but they still give you a great overview of what to look out for as you enter your trading week, as you plan your week. It gives you a lot of, it gives you an overview of the high, medium, low impact events, what assets will be impacted, and just a thing to help you plan and adjust your strategy for that week if applicable. The other one is what we call Asset IQ. That's a way, it's just an overview of most Forex symbols, and it gives you a ton of information on the history, current market sentiment of the provider, kind of if it's leaning bullish, bearish. So a great way to kind of review against your own analysis and confirm your thesis, or just get another level of input into your trade ideas. And the third one also goes along those lines, and that's a trade validation tool. So this one doesn't really follow a static pattern. It's a team of analysts giving out, kind of sharing their own ideas, their own thoughts on the market. And, you know, obviously, depending on the day and the week, what's happening in the markets, those will be for different assets or different trades, different entries, different trade directions. And we thought it's a great way for anyone to go in and check it against their own ideas. So if you think you should go long a certain instrument on a given day, you could see if these analysts have a similar idea, and kind of have a way of either getting further confirmation on the idea. You know, I would presume as a trader, if you have a thesis for a trade, you would look for different indicators or different ways of confirming that your thesis is onto something. And this is one of many tools you can use to do so. So what we're seeing here right now is the tool I talked about before, the Asset IQ. So here you're seeing, for example, the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. Their sentiment is leaning very bullish. So potentially there could be some long opportunities there if you agree with that sentiment. And down below, it just kind of gives you some objective stats on the weekly open and close, daily open close. What a great thing as well is on the right side here, the news sentiment. So taking into account different news sources, how are people leaning? What do people think? So here actually the analysts think it's leaning a bit more bullish, but news sentiment is kind of neutral to bearish. So maybe also a way for you to catch some divergences or see if maybe there's an edge to be had in one of these.
It's very cool. Very cool. Yeah. And you can see you find it on the left side. Inside.
That's right. And this is what I just talked about, the trade validation. So you can just see nobody following any pattern or any order, just different assets, different trade ideas, long shorts, different entry methods. So a good way of kind of broadening your horizon or just seeing what other people think and validating your own ideas.
Very interesting. And how can people access this?
So the economic calendar is available for all. You know, that's just generally data we think is out there, and it's fair for anyone to have, even if they're not trading in a challenge with us. Asset overview, similarly, you can access it as long as you have a user account with us. So you don't need to buy, you just need to make an account on funderpro.com. And then the trade validation, the trade idea validator is, we felt this is useful if you're actively trading with us. So if you have bought any kind of challenge, you automatically get access to this section and can use it to, well, validate your ideas.
Very cool. Thanks a lot, Tim. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. And the last, because we have 3 minutes left, the last big one came out, when was it? I think still under 2 weeks ago, is CTrader. So for the longest time, we focused on offering Trade Locker as our trading platform option. We're still very proud of it. We're still very happy to be able to offer Trade Locker. But now we also have CTrader, another well-established platform. It's been around, I think, quite a bit, a little bit more than a decade now. So also well respected. And now simply you can still buy any challenge you could before. So swing, fast track, and the regular 2-phase. But on checkout, you can now pick between Trade Locker and CTrader. Same rules, same everything, different trading platform. So more choice to the trader there.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, exciting
cool.
last month. Yeah, for sure. Nice way to kind of start approaching the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very cool. Let me also mention that if you have a community, a trading community, maybe you are an affiliate, you want to be an affiliate, don't forget we have lifetime affiliate commission as one of the few in the industry. So go to FunderPro.com and sign up as an affiliate, and one of our affiliate managers will contact you. And not only for Forex challenges, but also for futures. We are looking for people who want to become an affiliate. So feel free to reach out. Any other thing people want to add here in the last minute? Or if not,
maybe one last mention of the waitlist for futures in case anyone's missed it today.
Yes, FunderProFutures.com. Go to this site, sign up. It's a waiting list, and you'll be notified as one of the first. And then on the thank you page, after you have signed up, join our Telegram group. We see people now every day are joining this group as well, so you'll be notified. Beside this, I wish you all a very good trading day. Let's see if Bitcoin will hit 100K, and what's the plan after. I'm not sure.
Let's ask my granny.
Yeah. Bring her live next time. And then, yeah, we wish you all a very good trading day. Have a good one, everybody.
That's good. Thanks, Christian.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
See you
Thank
all.
you.
Bye-bye.